Hello, everyone. I'm Gururaj, working as a staff engineer in VMware. Today, I'm here to talk about on topic deep dive on VMware Cloud Foundation bundles. Here are the contents of the presentation. First, we will look at and understand VMware Cloud Foundation bundles and their content, followed by getting to know different types of bundles that are available with VMware Cloud Foundation, and how to retrieve or download those bundles via online and offline way. Finally, we will quickly look at the upgrade sequence. So let's dive into VCF bundles topic and understand more. Right? The first very basic question, right? What is a bundle? It's a simple tar file used for installing and patching VCF BOM components such as SDC Manager, NSX, vCenter Server, ESX, and vRealize products. The star file contains BOM components, installer or upgrade image file. In other words, the product binary. And there will be associated manifest file that describes the enclosed install or patch image file in more detail, such as what is the bundle software type, whether it is VC, whether it's ESX or NSX, etc. What is the image type, whether it's an install or a patch image, what is the version of the product, and more importantly, with what VMware Cloud Foundation version this bundle is applicable to, like VCF 4.1, 4.2, or 4.3. Here is a sample manifest file of vCenter that is consumed in VCF 4.3.0 release. It's an it's an installer image bundling vCenter Server 7.0 U2C releases VCSA ISO file. It also captures information on to what is the tar file with which the image is available. Next, we have a sample manifest file that is pertaining to the vCenter Server patch bundle, carrying update repo zip file used for patching vCenter Server. So now let's look into different types of bundles and understand more. Right. So the first one, right, the upgrade bundles used for upgrading whole of VCF, right? Starting from SDC Manager, vRealize products, right? vRealize so Lifecycle Manager, vRealize operations, vRealize automation, vRealize log insight, and then Workspace ONE access, followed by the core SDC products such as NSX, vCenter Server, and ESX. So the bundles for these VCF BOM components are hosted in public VMware depot, from where they can be downloaded onto the VCF environment that needs to be upgraded. Next, we have install bundles. There are basically two categories in here. The first category is used for installing Workspace ONE access and vRealize a suite of products, starting with VRS LCM and VROps, VRLI, and VIA. The second category of bundles used for replacing the old install bundles that would have come with the greenfield deployment of VCF. So these are the bundles to be specific VC and NSX that SDC Manager uses when VA workload domain is created. Right. After upgrading management domain to newer version of VCF, these new install bundles have to be pulled in so that the future VA workload domain creation can happen with the newly supported VCF BOM component versions. Again, these bundles are hosted on the public VMware depot. Right? Lastly, we have config drift bundle used for applying configuration changes required for second-party software components in the target releases VCF BOM. So these configuration changes are applied to the management domain as well. They may be needed for VA workload domain as well, right? So these are the changes required to bring the upgraded BOM components like vCenter Server, NSX, ESX or product settings on par with greenfield deployment. Again, these bundles are uploaded to the public VMware report. So now let's look at how these bundles can be applied to the VCF environment in online and offline way. So in online way, where VCF environment has internet connectivity and access to the VMware online depot, the LCM service periodically queries for the applicable bundles for the current VCF environment, and it lists the bundles for VCF admin's consumption. So the VCF administrator can log into SDC Manager via UI, or he can even invoke the API for downloading those bundles onto the environment and then upgrade the VCF version to the newest version. However, there are air-gapped VCF environments where there is no internet connectivity to the VMware depot. In such a case, one has to use the tool called bundle transfer utility, using which from VMware depot, the bundles can be downloaded onto the computer, and those can be transferred onto the SDC Manager. Eventually, using those bundles, VCF environment can be upgraded. So let's go through the procedure or the steps followed for downloading the bundles in offline mode using the bundle transfer utility. Right. So the first step, as I said, right, we would need the utility named LCM Tools Prod Tarball downloaded onto the client machine with internet access. This client machine can be Windows machine, or it can be a Linux machine. Right. Then you download the manifest file from VMware depot onto the client machine, and then upload the same to the SDC Manager. So this manifest file is a structured metadata file that contains information about the VMware product versions that are included in the VCF release BOM. Then you log into SDC Manager. Basically, you do SSH into SDC Manager to generate a marker file and copy it onto the client machine, right? So this marker file is a JSON file that contains information on the current software version and the bundle IDs for previously downloaded bundles on the VCF environment. This file is a key file which is used to determine which bundles you need to download to upgrade existing VMware Cloud Foundation environment. Then we have to run this command, which downloads all bundles, applicable bundles, onto the client machine. Right. So once the bundles are available on the client machine, those bundles had to be copied onto the SDC Manager VM, and permissions had to be updated. So eventually, now the bundles are available on SDC Manager. We have to ingest those bundles into SDC Manager. In other words, internal LCM repo, right? So at this stage, if you log into SDC Manager UI, you will see that bundles are starting to be validated by SDC Manager. Once that validation is complete, bundles will be available for upgrade or installing in the VCF environment. Now let's look at the options provided by bundle transfer utility for requirement where specific bundles needs to be downloaded. Right. So the first command wherein there is a requirement that you want to download the bundles based on the specific VMware Cloud Foundation version. In this case, you can specify the version of the VCF as an argument for product version options such as 4.2.1.0 or 4.3.0.0. Right? So when there's a requirement to download specific bundles based on the image type, let's say you want to download install image or patch image, right? You can specify the image type as install or patch, right? Such bundles will be downloaded onto your environment. Then you can download the bundles based on the bundle ID, right? But you may ask, how do I know the bundle ID upfront? So for that, the utility provides a list bundles option using which You can see all the bundles that are applicable to your environment as well. If you list the bundle ID, right, you can extract that bundle ID and pass it as an argument to the next command, right? That takes in bundle ID and downloads only that specific bundle onto the environment. Now let's quickly look at how upgrade sequencing is followed with the upgrade bundles, right? Firstly, with regard to upgrading workload domains itself, the management domain has to be upgraded first and before upgrading any of the VA workload domains, right? For the management domain upgrade, here is the order that is followed. You start off with SDC Manager and VMware Cloud Foundation services such as LCM are upgraded first, and then immediately followed by that, configuration changes are applied through the config drift bundle. Then we realize suite the Lifecycle Manager. We realize products such as VRLI, VROps, VRA, and then Workspace ONE access are upgraded, followed by core SDC products, NSX, vCenter Server, and ESXi Server. This is for upgrading management domain. And for upgrading VA workload domain, here is the order that is followed. You start off with upgrading NSX, then vCenter Server, and eventually you will upgrade ESXi hosts.